Hey, welcome to Comic Toy Reviews. This is a review of the Astonishing X-Men run by Joss Whedon. He's the guy responsible for Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Marvel Comics had him writing a couple of years ago. He basically made the X-Men popular again for the first time in years under this supposedly groundbreaking storyline with great art by John Cassaday. Really great art. But if you know my reviews, I got to give my honest point of view on subjects. So I got to tell you, these books, these are two hardcover books, but they also made a Marvel omnibus on this series and some trade paperbacks on this series. But this is the two-volume hardcover edition and contains all the issues in the run. Let's just go to the first volume here. I have to admit, the art is fantastic, but I've got to be honest with you. I think this book is totally overhyped in the writing, and I really didn't like this X-Men story. I really didn't like it. Basically, without spoiling it, it involves aliens, an alien race, trying to basically destroy the Earth, put Earth in danger. And in case you don't know it by now, maybe a spoiler, maybe not, but it's been pretty known that this is the Return of Colossus in the X-Men books. So that was a big thing, Return of Colossus. But the story, I didn't like it because I gotta tell you the truth. The villains, the main villain, villain characters in this story, I didn't feel for them. I didn't care for them on page 1 of their introduction, and by the last page of the story, I still didn't care for them. Did not care for the villains and storyline like that at all. There was a lot of bait and switch, meaning what you see and what you see happening never occurred that way. Basically, one of those things where you waste pages and pages of story thinking that this is the way it is, and it turns out, no, that's not the way it is. Kind of like a ruse, and I call that like a bait and switch storytelling, and it was used more than once in this storyline. And just that whole, I gotta tell you, that whole alien aspect, the way it was portrayed, just didn't care for it. And that was the main part of the storyline. Great art though, just really, really great art. I have to give it up for the art. Fantastic. John Cassaday, one of the best artists going today in the industry, I think. Just really, but it's not his fault that this story lacked. But I gotta tell you, maybe some people like the book, but me personally, I didn't like the book. I didn't like the storyline progression. And that's the problem when you write, let's say, a 12-part or more storyline based on one theme. You're banking all your investment on that one theme of a story. And if the people reading it don't like that one theme of a story, then basically the whole series is no good. But if you have different storylines, just totally not related, but just different in storylines, so even if a storyline or two the reader doesn't like, maybe another storyline that the reader will like. See what I'm saying there? That's volume 1, volume 2 here. The art though, just really amazing, but man, Joss Whedon, supposedly one of the great writers, but I'll tell you, I think this storyline was way overhyped and way played up because of who was writing it. But had he not been him, had it not been his name on the book, it wouldn't have received the hype that it probably got and has been getting. Here's the alien race. I didn't care for them at all. And the ending with Kitty Pryde, which I won't reveal, but that sucked because that was one of those storyline endings where you know it's going to be undone, where you know that what you see happen to her by storyline's end, that it's not going to last. It's just going to be fixed again eventually. So that part of what happened to Kitty Pryde sucked. And again, more of this alien race that couldn't feel for, that from beginning to end, just as a reader, didn't care for. He also had to use like a Star Wars Death Star type plot device in the book. I mean, that's pretty much weak writing. Couldn't you do a little better than that? I mean, really. Star Wars plot idea like that? Come on. More of that alien race didn't care for. And then he also has Cyclops holding back his power for like almost a dozen issues or so, only to reveal his power in one big, awesome shot of art. But it was like, it just seemed like a waste to have Cyclops' power held back all this time for issues on end. And the payoff was kind of cool, but not worth the build-up before Cyclops unleashed his power. So, that's it. Overall, the Joss Whedon Astonishing X-Men run, fantastic art. Storyline that really wasn't, in my opinion, too good. Overhyped, overplayed up because of who was writing it. Average storyline, great art. That's my view on it. Agree or disagree, but I'll stick with it. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.